I want to move on now because we talked about the role of social networking in all of this, and we want to go to CNN's Josh Levs to talk about Twitter because, Josh, as we were on the air yesterday, it's kind of hard to get back to business here when you hear that story, but we were on the air yesterday and I got a tweet about Neda and shared it with you, and you did some checking and found out the story behind her. She really has become the face of this movement, and really because of what came out on Twitter.
Right. I mean, she was one of the top topics on Twitter yesterday. Exactly. You and I first spoke about her on this program here yesterday, and she continues to be one of the top topics on Twitter. We're following Twitter minute to minute because, as you were just hearing there, you know, with this media crackdown, Twitter and the other social networks have become a huge part of the story. We're going to start off with this first one. We've just grabbed it off of Twitter. We're not using any names because some of these people are inside Iran. Don't want to endanger anyone. This first one you're seeing here. In Iran, one woman, Neda, becomes a symbol. Let's look at this next one, also about Neda. It says, everyone go to Neda's funeral. It says, if they attack, then it will end this. The world will revolt. And, you know, a lot of people are writing a lot of things about the different aspects on this election, different angles on the election fallout. This one is saying we need 1 million people outside Iran to change their time zone setting on Twitter to Tehran. Now, that's because these Twitterers are saying that inside Iran, there are members of these paramilitary forces, the Basij, who are trying to find the Iranian Twitterers. And if everyone changes their time zones, they're saying it can be harder to find the people using Twitter inside Iran. Now, let's look at a couple more here. This one's interesting. It says, do not RT, which is retweet. Someone encouraging people, do not retweet ones that cause panic. They say there are government agencies purposely trying to create some panic on Twitter, government agents rather, trying to do that. And again, we cannot confirm everything we see on Twitter, but the fact is people are exchanging a lot of information like this. We're giving you a good cross-section here. We'll end with this one, which I found interesting. It says, I'm so proud to be Iranian. Thanks, you guys, for all your support. Please keep them coming. Let me show you guys the graphic if you want to weigh in. I'm camped out here. We're going to be following your tweets throughout the night. There's my page, twitter.com/JoshLevCNN. You also got Facebook, same thing, and our newsroom blog. You can click on Don. Don, as you know, his page is the same thing, Don Lemon CNN. And we're going to keep following these. We want to share your tweets in addition to all the latest we're getting on the Iran election. And Don, I'll be back later this hour with some of the latest.
All right, Josh, we appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
It has been days since we've heard from Iran's president, but tonight we're finally hearing from him. President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is blaming the West for stirring up the unrest. Now, speaking earlier to clerics, he said, quote, the UK Prime Minister and the U.S. President, certainly with your premature statements, you will not be in Iran's circle of friends, and you have to correct your interfering policies. We're also hearing new comments tonight from opposition leader Mir Hossein Mousavi. In a statement on his website, Mousavi urges Iranians to exercise self-control. But he goes on to say, protesting against lies and cheating is your right. Be hopeful about regaining your rights. Do not allow anyone who tries to make you lose hope and frighten you, make you lose your temper. The government's hard line has even extended to members of the ruling elite. The daughter of former President Rafsanjani was taken into custody for, quote, provoking riots. Other members of Rafsanjani's family were also detained but later released. Rafsanjani is chairman of the Assembly of Experts. That is the only group in Iran that has the power to remove Ayatollah Khamenei and as the supreme leader. We've been telling you how the Iranian government has attempted to black out international reporting. The BBC says its permanent correspondent in Tehran has been expelled from that country. The Tehran bureau of Al Arabiya television has been shut down, and Iranian officials say a Canadian working for Newsweek in Iran has been detained without charges. Newsweek quickly condemned his detention and demanded he be released immediately. And now Life magazine says the Iranian photographer who shot this cover photo is missing. The magazine says it received an email from a relative saying he had gone out the day before yesterday and never returned. The email says he was arrested. Support, follow Iranian support. You can hear those chants in protests across the U.S. Also, we'll talk with an Iranian whose father is a journalist in hiding in Iran. And of course, we want to know what's on your mind tonight from those social networks that we've been talking about, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, and of course, iReport.com. Our iReporters supplying some very, very crucial information. We're back in a moment.